Ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Saints just flat out embarrassed the Dallas Cowboys. They scored 35 points against the Cowboys in the first half. That is tied for the most in Cowboys team history. Now, the Cowboys have been around a long time. So for the Saints to set a record like this in game 2 of a new offense is, I mean, it's super impressive, right? And one of the main takeaways from the Saints' performance on offense throughout the first 2 weeks is Pete Carmichael should really be banned from the NFL because what Clint Kubiak is doing and what he is getting out of what is essentially the same personnel groups that the Saints had the last couple years, the production he's getting out of it versus what Carmichael was getting out of it the last couple years, it is not even close. I mean, it's so much more creative, explosive. The quarterback, excuse me, looks way more comfortable. It's just all in all a well-ran offense that keeps the defense on its toes. And look, they scored 44 points against what I would consider a good Cowboys defense, as they certainly have good players on defense. So let's take a look at some of the plays from the offense against the Cowboys and what helped them get to those 44 points. First play I want to look at here, and this is on a 3rd down and 2 on the first drive of the game. And the Saints killed the Cowboys with this concept all game long. So over here, we're going to have Chris Olave running the deep post. Okay. And then we're going to have Rashid Shaheed down here, the point man in the bunch. He's going to be running the deep over. And Derek Carr is going to end up finding Shaheed. But this concept right here, it's called a Yankee concept. And like I said, they killed the Cowboys on this all game. It was also Shaheed's big long touchdown. Same concept, right? And we'll go over that. But this play here, I like it because we leave essentially everybody but these two in to protect the quarterback. Now, let me go ahead and press play here. You'll see what I mean. We're going to send tight end in motion. He's going to block the end. He's going to double the end. We're going to get two tight ends on the end here. Lions are going to slide left. But the only bad thing I don't like about this is that's going to leave AK one-on-one with Micah Parsons down here at the bottom of the screen. And he actually does a phenomenal job considering the circumstances. He gives Derek Carr just enough time for Shaheed to come open on that deep end throughout the middle of the field. Cowboys are going to be in three deep, probably some type of man match coverage here. You can see the defenders are following um, Shaheed and Olave wherever they go. And this is such a good job because, number one, the play action, which really wasn't carried out too well. You can see AK really didn't fake it. Carr did, but it still got the linebackers to step up, right? And what does that do? That opens up the throwing window for Shaheed. Now, this is also really good patience here from Carr, not throwing this thing too early, right? We're waiting, stepping back, moving the pocket, letting that thing go. As soon as we know Shaheed can clear these underneath defenders, catch the ball, get the first down. Really nice job. Next play here, and I think this play really illustrates how this offense schemes guys open. Okay, we're going to have Chris Olave on this little hitch route, sit route, curl route, whatever you want to call it. He's going to occupy this underneath hook defender. Okay, and over here is where the magic is really happening. So we're going to have Foster Moreau. He's just going to run like a sail, and we're going to have Rashid Shaheed on this snag or hook over the middle of the field in Derek Carr's vision. But what I like about this play the most is what we're doing with the fullback here and AK. So we're gonna swing AK out, and it's gonna look like maybe we're gonna throw it to him right off the rip on a little swing pass because we also have the fullback on a little escort motion out there, right? Escort motion because it looks like he's escorting the running back. And what this does is it gets the linebackers looking out to the flat, looking out to AK because of what the window dressing, if you will, right? So see when I press play. See, we got the escort motion from the fullback, AK swinging out left. What does that do? Look at the linebackers. They're all looking over here. They're all buzzing over here towards Alvin Kamara's side because, again, where we start, we got a fullback over here. We got a tight end over here, running back in the pistol. It looks like something is going to happen on the left side of the formation, right? Again, we're out there. Linebackers got eyes on AK and the fullback, and that opens up the middle for Rashid Shaheed. Easy, easy scheme to open 9-yard gain right there. Good stuff. And you can really see it even better from this angle. I mean, you can see how this linebackers buzz over to the flat and how AK and the escort motion, the window dressing opens it up for Rashid Shaheed. I mean, it does not get easier than that for a quarterback, right? It's right in your line of sight, right in your vision, pass right in front of you, easy 9 yards. Next play here, once again, remember we talked about it earlier, that Yankee concept. Here it is again. This time we got Shaheed running the big post. And we got Olave running the deep over or deep in, right? We're gonna have play action protection. We're gonna do a nice job here on Micah Parsons. Okay. And Micah Parsons actually talked about this after the game. He said it wasn't the normal blocking scheme that teams use against him. He said the Saints sent, a chipper and also an extra tight end or running back or what have you at him. And that's exactly what they do here. We're going to use the line is just going to slide right. We're going to use Juwan Johnson to block Micah Parsons. And we're also going to send Boston Moreau in motion down that way to help double team Micah Parsons, take care of the Cowboys' best defensive player. Cowboys, again, kind of that match three look, three up, three at the bottom. They're going to send five. Okay. And again, we're leaving all these guys in for protection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in protection on this play. And it works out fine, right? Because we get a big, deep gain to Chris Olave on the deep over. Press play here. There's the motion. He goes to help for Jawan Johnson on Micah Parsons. Play fake to Alvin Kamara. Kamara actually sneaks out for a route right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total that was helping at the start of the play. Gives Carr plenty of time. And I mean, that is wide open, right? Wide open. Chris Olave leaves Trevon Diggs in the dust, who, by the way, was talking some stuff before the game, right? Said he's a good player, but he said it sarcastically. But again, the Yankee concept kills the Cowboys, especially when they get into that three deep look right here, where the safety has no choice but to, honor this post from Rashid Shaheed, because if not, he'll blow right past you, which he ended up doing anyway later on in the game. But again, Big Trevor Penning down here on the end, one on one. I mean, that looks good enough to me. How many seconds in the pocket is that for Carr? Let's go back. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he had all day in the pocket to make this throw, and he needed it because in order for a play like this to develop down the field, you're gonna need the time. Carr puts it on Olave. Olave does the rest. Good stuff. Next play here ends up being a touchdown, and oh my God, are you kidding me? The blocking, the movement on this wide zone play is just it's truly phenomenal. And I'm looking at everybody essentially on this play, okay? Let me just play it through one time for you so you can appreciate the greatness before we go over it. I mean, when I tell you guys, everybody on this play does a phenomenal job. We have So it's wide zone to the right. We have Fuaga. He's going to leave the end alone. This is Micah Parsons. Risky business, right? But it's unlikely he tracks this thing down from the backside. So we're going to have Fuaga climbing up to the top, or excuse me, to the second level right at the snap, cuts this linebacker off. This combo between the center, McCoy, and Patrick was just a thing of absolute beauty, right? McCoy stays on it until Lucas Patrick takes it over, seals it off from the play side. Then McCoy climbs up to the linebacker. We got Cesar Ruiz essentially one on one. He is one on one and blows him off the ball. Okay, he completely blows this three technique off the ball, drives him out of the way. Pinning, really nice job on the defensive end, ends up getting a pancake. I mean, and then we have, Moreau out here as well, helping out here on the edge. I just look at this, okay? Ruiz taking his guy down the field. Patrick sealing his guy off. Fuaga at the second level. McCoy at the second level. Moreau, with the safety. Pinning on the end. And then the big fullback with the block right here. Boom, right there. AK does the rest. That contact balance takes it in. And I mean, we got to watch this one more time because this is football art right here. I mean, my goodness. Perfect blocking. Offensive line looked phenomenal in this game. All right, here we are again. This time, this is a long bomb to Shaheed, and guess what? It's the same concept. The Saints have killed the Cowboys in the first quarter already twice, right? Yankee concept. This time, Shaheed outruns the defenders on the deep post, which, if you heard Derek Carr's post-game press conference, he was saying that he did not expect Shaheed to do this. And why didn't he expect them to do this? Because this is a coverage designed exactly to prevent this from happening. Okay, this is going to be cover 6. Okay, so you're going to have cover 4 quarters on this side, right? Which is going to leave Diggs one on one with Olave if Olave goes vertical. And it's going to have this guy is going to be a quarter defender, right? This is his quarter. He has this quarter of the field, aka he should be able to fall back and see anything over the top, which he does. It just doesn't matter because Rashid Shaheed is too fast. But down here at the bottom, we have this guy, okay, who is a cloud, right? This is the cover two side. Cloud, he's going to carry Shaheed vertical until he gets an underneath threat. And then we got this guy right here who is a deep half. He has the deep half of the field. This guy, it's his job to not let anything get behind him. And that's exactly why Carr was not expecting for Shaheed to outrun this thing, but he actually does. And I mean, like, what else can you say? The guy is fast. We got the motion, play action, draws the linebackers up, and really, he could have hit Olave on this thing if he didn't want to let it go to Shaheed. Protection is beautiful, holds up, and I mean this throw. I mean, come hold on. We gotta take that back. Look at the ball in there. Poetry. Boom. Take this thing back some more just to appreciate it. Wow. Let's go from the jump here. I mean, this defender, you can't be in a back pedal. When you see Rashid Shaheed running straight at you, full force ahead, full steam, you better not be in a back pedal because he's going to run right by you. And you can see, even on the other side of the field, this quarter defender here, he is there helping, right? But because Chris Olave and this deep end, he bites on it just enough right there. Again, Rashid Shaheed to blow right past him. I mean, the fact that the Cowboys ran a coverage that should prevent this from happening on Rashid Shaheed's side of the field, and it still happened. I mean, that just speaks volumes to who someone, in my opinion, is the most electric man in all of NFL right now, right? He's up there with Tyreek, if you ask me. Maybe I'm a little biased. I don't know. But again, Yankee concept. Saints killed the Cowboys with this on Sunday. Let's take a look at the protection from the end zone angle. Comes in motion. Got two on the defensive end. Trevor Penning doing his thing one-on-one out there with Micah Parsons. This was what we were all worried about, right? These two? These two? I don't know. He looked pretty good to me on Sunday. Boom. Takes it to him. I actually like this because Parsons gets his hands inside right here. Boom. It's a nice initial job from Parsons. But I mean, Trevor Penning is able to get his hands back inside right there, replace him back inside, anchor down, run him around that corner, gives Carr just enough time. I mean, as a quarterback, you can't ask for much better in the pocket, right? Gets hit at the end there, but I mean, again, still plenty of time to get this throw off. And I mean, the end zone angle of this throw, boom, moonshot. Next play here, I want to look at this is the Alvin Kamara screen pass touchdown, and this is a thing of beauty, beautifully designed. And this works because, okay, so what do we know pre-snap? Pre-snap motion sends Shaheed across the formation. Diggs is following him, so we know this is man coverage, right? We know man coverage. That means we can occupy these defenders, these secondary defenders, right? Because man to man, they got to follow their man. So we're gonna send Shaheed out here. Diggs follows him. Tipton's out on a route. We got his defender, with him. We got Jawan Johnson out here running the deep over. His defender's trailing him. So everything is leading over here on the left side of the screen. Well, guess what that does? That opens up all this space over here, right? Because the Cowboys, we know they're in man coverage. We bring them all to the left side for the most part, okay? And then we get Kamara the ball. He gets out to the right, and it's a touchdown. We know what happens. And check out Big Caesar Ruiz right here, running stride for stride almost with AK for this touchdown. Tipton with the block there at the end without, getting any kind of penalty. I like that. Putting the hands up, just getting in the way right there. A lot of times guys can mess this up. They'll block in the back. This is a really nice job from him. But let's take this thing to the end zone angle to show how the offensive line, really affected this play as well, just as much as the downfield guys. Boom. So I want to watch the left guard here, Lucas Patrick. And we know the screen is coming out here. So we need to invite this defensive line inside, right? We need to invite them inside, or we need to run them around, make them think that they have a free path to the quarterback. Just take them out of the play any way necessary. So watch Lucas Patrick here. He's looking at this defensive end over here. What does he do? He oversets. Okay, he oversets this thing so that the defender will come inside. So guess what? He's inside. Now we're out on our block. Right? We're out on our block. Fuaga out here against this. What is he? A safety, number 35 linebacker, whatever. He's going to take him. He's going to invite him up the field, right? He's going to invite him this way. Why? Because again, it's a screen pass that's being called over here. So in doing so, Lucas Patrick slips out of his block. Really nice job on number 50 there. Kendricks gets just enough push on him to get him out of the reach of AK. And again, like all these defenders down here were busy in their man-to-man coverage. And I mean, that's all she wrote. That's as beautiful design screened as you can get. Really nice job. Again, big Caesar Ruiz. I can't get over that down there, stride for stride. Really nice job. AK, they told me he was washed. I don't know. They told me he was washed up. Pay the man. Next play I want to look at here, this is going to be wide zone once again. This time we're going to get a little split flow action. We're going to have Taysom Hill coming across the formation and taking care of this backside defender, making sure he can't run it down from the backside. But my favorite part of this play is these two guys are right here. Okay, number one, because we got Eric McCoy, the center, who has to snap the ball, then immediately get in position to reach this defender, this one technique right here, which is an incredibly difficult ask. But we're talking about one of the best centers in the league. And then we got Lucas Patrick over here. What's he going to do? He's going to check on here, check on our rookie tackle, make sure he's okay over here, because we always want to take care of the first level of defenders first before we worry about climbing to the second, obviously, right? So he's going to check up this defensive end and then climb to the second level and completely pancake this second level defender here that comes in the screen. Boom, right here. He wanted absolutely none of that. Ends up on the ground. He gets up. He's hype. He's ready to go. This is quickly becoming a Lucas Patrick fan account. He has performed, at least over the first 2 weeks, better than I expected. That's for sure. But again, I mean, excellent job on the front side. Alvin Kamara, patience, right? Look at him set this up, okay? Look at this. Watch the patience right here to set this linebacker up. We get the ball. We're at the ball. Guess what? Look at Kendricks right here coming in. We're setting it up. We're setting it up. We're pressing it. Boom. We're bouncing it. Beautiful stuff here. I mean, that pancake and Eric McCoy being able to reach this one technique. I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me? One of the best centers in the league right there. Next play here, 3rd down and 3, and the Saints are going to run the ball, and they did something similar against the Panthers last week, except that was like 3rd and 6 or 7. But I like this for a couple of reasons. Number one, the defense doesn't expect it, right? 3rd and 3, they're not really expecting you to run the ball, as you can tell from all these guys up here at the line of scrimmage, right? We got all these guys up here at the line, which number one creates better blocking angles for the play that the Saints run. But another reason I like this is because, again, it limits the true drop back pass protection reps that you're asking of your tackles, right? Like, and the less you ask them to do things like that, the less chance you have of getting your quarterback drilled in the backfield. So, again, I like this. We're going to send Jawan Johnson in motion just to get an extra blocker over there, right? Doesn't change much defensively. So, we're going to run this little sweep here to AK, get everybody out on the perimeter. Big Fuaga out there running. McCoy, again, like, I can't say enough good things about how like elite this guy is, right? He's already out here reaching his defender. You got Mason Tipton out here, which, he was hurt. He impressed in training camp, but then got hurt for most of it. But things like this is why he made the team. The dirty work, out here blocking, and then you play this. Let me play this thing a little forward. So we get in this position here where it's AK and Fuaga out here and one defender. That is ideal, I would say. Okay, and again, Fuaga blocks in space. Kamara jogs for the first down. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful design. Beautiful call. Beautiful execution. First down Saints. Next play here, this is going to be on another AK touchdown. And again, it's just wide zone to the left. A play that has been around for decades now, but it's just beautifully executed by the offensive line and receivers blocking. So we're going to send Shaheed in motion, right? And what does that do? That just gives AK a lead blocker out here, right? Fuaga, beautiful job on Micah Parsons. Strong inside hand, right? See that? The inside hand gets just enough of him. You take this thing back a little bit. McCoy, again, Like again, Eric McCoy again here on the front side. Lucas Patrick again leading the way, absolutely destroying the second level defender. Again, we had Shaheed out here. Where's he at? Over here in motion. Comes around. Boom. Gets enough of number 6. We got Olave out there getting enough of this guy. Touchdown. Walk in. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It is nothing fancy. It is just good, sound, fundamental football with everybody doing their job. When that happens, you get a touchdown. All right, next play here. This is a play to Olave down at the goal line that kind of set them up for their next touchdown. And this is pretty simple ball, right? We got Olave on the deep out. We got Shaheed and Taysom are going to kind of split things off here at the top. Got Shaheed is going to end up at the corner. Taysom going to end up on the post. Going to have a 5-step drop from under center from Derek Carr. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and it's on time, right? This is something that he struggled with at times last year, was playing on time. And as soon as his back foot hits, he's going to get this ball out right here, which is super important, especially in an offense like QBX where timing is one of the most important factors. So the footwork of the quarterback have to match up with the route of the wide receiver. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back foot hits. We're going to take one hitch and that ball is out. And look where Olave is, barely coming out of his break when Derek Carr is releasing this ball. Gonna throw that thing towards the sidelines, a little high, but that's okay, right? Protection is good for the most part. Little pressure there at the end, but that's okay because listen, we had time, right? We had the time, had the drop back foot in the ground. Actually, he's starting to throw it before Olave gets into his break. So this is a really nice shot from Derek Carr here. Boom. Set him up at the 1, and we know they scored a touchdown shortly after this. But again, you like to see it. Derek Carr playing in rhythm of the offense, matching his footwork, his drop to the wide receiver's route. Really good stuff. All right, this next play here, this is the one that was the touchdown pass that was brought back because of Cesar Ruiz being too far down the field. But I'm going to conclude this in the video anyway because I love this play. This is Y leak, okay? And this is beautiful. So we're going to have Chris Olave. He's going to just run this way, right? He wants eyes on him. He wants defenders to look his way. Shaheed's going to come across in motion, do something over here. It really doesn't matter. Everything is going this way, right? We got Olave going this way, Shaheed in motion this way. But then we're going to have the offensive line run out here, and it's going to be like a fake screen to Kamara. And what does that do? That brings everybody out here towards AK. Why? Because he's been killing Dallas all day long. So let me press play here. Shaheed in motion. Olave running this way. Got Taysom Hill split blocking back that other way. And he's going to be, in front of Derek Carr protecting him. But we got the entire offensive line down this way. AK down this way. Everybody's looking this way. And we got tight end Foster Moreau right here. He is going to leak out behind the defense. That's it. He just leaks out. He's wide open. Touchdown pass. Again, Cesar Ruiz just a little too far down the field, right? You have 1 yard of grace. Okay. 1 yard of grace. But again, the Y leak is what this play is called. Basically, we're going to sell run, sell screen, whatever you want, and then we're going to leak out. And it works perfectly here. If Cesar Ruiz can just stay a little, tighter to the line of scrimmage here, if he just avoids doing that right there. See, notice everybody else, all the other offensive linemen, and then Ruiz just a little too far downfield. Takes away a beautifully designed touchdown. But maybe the Saints can pull this out at another point in time during the season, maybe when they need it most or something like that. But I just had to include it because I love it. All right, next play I want to look at. This is a 10-yard gain from Kamara, but I just want to show how every little thing means something in this offense. So we got Taysom Hill lined up at running back behind Derek Carr and AK beside him. It's almost giving off a little wing T, with a little wing T action a little bit. But nonetheless, we're going to have Taysom Hill go in motion here, and you'll see what this does to the defense, right? So play, boom, send him in motion. What does that do? See that how the linebackers just subtly shift over, right? And when they do that, all that does is number one, eyes on Taysom. Number two, now we create better blocking angles on this side, right? On the side that the ball is running. So it looks like they're going to go counter here. Ruiz knocks off Parsons. We got Foster Moreau comes in there as well. And it looks like the defense kind of just overdoes this thing on the inside, but because we got, all our offensive linemen blocking down, we got Fuaga on the second level getting to this linebacker right here, getting just enough of him, right? And I want to point that out. Okay. Fuaga, just enough of this linebacker. Now remember earlier when we sent Taysom in motion, what does this what does that do to the linebackers? It knocks them over just a little bit, right? And every inch counts in the game of football. So right here, the middle linebacker, watch him motion, he bumps over, and guess what? When he bumps over, in the end, that creates a little bit better of a blocking angle for Fuaga to get to him. AK bounces this thing, 10-yard gain. Every little thing matters in this offense, and everything is done for a reason compared to Pete Carmichael's offense, where he was just doing things just to do it. Everything in this Kubiak offense is done for a reason, and this is a perfect example of it. All right, next and final play we'll look at here, AK's last touchdown, and this is just old school I formation football, right? I mean, everybody doing their job, the fullback dotting the I. We call this dotting the I when the fullback makes contact. Boom, right there, clearing the way for the running back. Really nice job again from the offensive line. I mean, Lucas Patrick, man, has really impressed me. He's done such a good job throughout the first 2 weeks, especially in the run game. Make sure our center's taken care of right here. Boom, watch this. Boom. Climb to the second level. Hat on a hat. Fullback. Look at this lane. The contact balance. We know AK has some of the best contact balance that the game has ever seen, right? Over here on the backside, we got Cesar Ruiz. Nice job walling that off. Trevor Penning right there to help him. Foster Moreau taking care of the backside. We got Taysom Hill blocking. I mean, we just got everybody doing their job. We have a hat on a hat. Okay? Hat on a hat. And when that happens and you give the ball to AK, it's a touchdown. So, final thoughts on this. I mean, throughout the first 2 weeks, the first week, look, you could say week 1 is always a little wonky, and it's the Carolina Panthers. Week 2, this was not a fluke. This offense is for real. And I think as long as they can stay healthy, knock on wood, they are going to give anybody problems, any defense problems that they face throughout this entire year. I think that the way Kubiak has installed the run game to both be simple and also have a bunch of window dressings just to keep the defense on their toes, but simplicity for the offensive line. I think he's done a really nice job. The O line has been impressive. The receivers are blocking. Taysom Hill at fullback has been, about what you would expect, right? Adam Prentice, when he comes in and plays as your traditional fullback, he's been great as well. Derek Carr is playing some of the best ball so far, of his career. The Saints are humming on offense, man, and we know what they can do on defense. We know the elite unit that they're capable of being on defense. So if they can keep all this together, keep all of it going, the Saints are going to be a problem for any team they face this year. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.